Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing that Espinoza versus Sanchez Is On video, as undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world at 126-pound Rafael Espinoza of Mexico returns on Friday, June 20th to make the first defense, or is it June 21st? No, it's June 20th. No, it's the 21st, excuse me. To defend his title for the first time against Sergio Sanchez. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So this one, it's a good matchup for a lot of reasons. One, Rafael Espinoza is just a straight-up freak for 126 pounds. He's 6'1", you know? His height and reach advantages are just insane. He's like the featherweight version of Sebastian Fundora, you know? He's just insane, his dimensions. And he's coming off Fight of the Year candidate with Robeisy Ramirez. Fight of the Year candidate for me, you know, that was some people's Fight of the Year. Where he took some knocks in that fight. He was fighting a very talented Robeisy Ramirez, but he eventually overcame all that, overwhelmed Ramirez, dropped him in the 12th, and took a decision win to become the new world champion. Very emotional night. If you haven't seen that, just at least go back and watch it. Watch his emotion, and that shows you the passion, the love for boxing right there that he has, and what it means to him. And that was just a great night. But now he's the favorite going into this one against Sergio Sanchez. Now, Sergio Sanchez, you look over his resume, he's 22-1, 13 knockouts. His only defeat was to Bronco Mauricio Lara back in 2018, when Lara was reeling from his second pro defeat. He destroyed, from what it seems, he destroyed Sergio Sanchez in only 2 rounds. And that was the lone defeat of Sergio Sanchez. So the one time he stepped up, he's been defeated and knocked out. But he's coming into this one the number 2 contender in the WBO. And I think this should be considered a mandatory defense for Rafael Espinoza, which is a good thing, because it leaves the door open afterwards, if he's victorious, for a unification bout maybe with Luis Alberto Lopez, or possibly a rematch with Robeisy Ramirez, because Arnold K-Guy, who is the number 1 contender, has moved over to the IBF and will be fighting for the mandatory spot in the IBF in his next fight. So Rafael Espinoza here now, he could get his mandatory out of the way and have the door open for a major, title defense. And that, that also stands for Sergio Sanchez too, because Sergio Sanchez, I want to liken his lone defeat to Mauricio Lara to Rocky Hernandez's lone defeat coming into the O'Shaquie Foster title fight. Rocky Hernandez really had only been in the ring with one legitimate fighter, and that was former champ Roger Gutierrez years ago, and Gutierrez knocked him out in the first round. And look at what Rocky Hernandez has done. He went, he was within less than a minute of becoming a world champion. He was ahead on all the scorecards before Foster stopped him last year, and then he just returned last weekend and dominated Daniel Lugo, and is back in the mix now for a world title. So Rafael Espinoza needs to not overlook Sergio Sanchez, but listen to the dimensions though. Espinoza has a 6-inch reach advantage, a 6-inch height advantage, a 10-inch reach advantage. That's monstrous. But Espinoza fights like a brawler to an extent, and he's gonna be there to be hit. So Sergio Sanchez needs to be ready. Rafael Espinoza needs to be ready, but it should be a decent scrap for the WBO featherweight title. So Espinoza versus Sanchez is on for the WBO featherweight championship of the world on Friday, June 21st on ESPN. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.